Hi Sagittarius, welcome to my channel. I'm going to do a card reading for you for the end of the month November and beginning of December. I will start talking about the past and then about the present and then about the future. Looking at the past, you have the Ace of Pentacles with the Ten of Cups. So everything seems like really good, that you have many opportunities. Maybe for you it looks like you have a happy family and everything is fine. It also lays next to the Seven of Cups. So for some of you it was something that you thought you had many opportunities, and maybe for some of you too many. So there was maybe also some kind of overwhelm in the possibilities, in the opportunities, in your choices, and in maybe also I can see that there is also in the Lover's card maybe a person that you fell in love with whilst you are in a relationship or have a family. For some of you it is about you have so many choices, opportunities, work-wise, or the plans that you have. So you have so many plans in mind that you couldn't work them out. And I'm saying that because you have also in your past the Two of Swords reversed together with the Hermit. But if you have the Hermit like this, oh, it's like this. It's like the Hermit is not showing a light on your emotions here, on the truth. It can't find the truth really. So this card is reversed. So it's not only that this person is blindfolded, so they don't know really what to choose, or they're on a crossroads. They have so many decisions to make that they don't know it anymore. They can't see the decisions that they are making. But they also, so they can't look within, like the Hermit is asking. They can't take the advice of anybody. If there was anybody who maybe advised you about how to perceive things or how to maybe look things from a different direction, you couldn't perceive it in that way. Because this card is also upside down. So this person is upside down and blindfolded, so they really don't know anymore where they are going. Also lays next to the Strength card. So for me, it is also like looking for the truth inside. Who am I? Where is my strength? Who have I been in the past? This person was maybe giving advice about or letting you help you with some kind of awakening, maybe on a path to get to know yourself better or to look more within. But I think that wasn't possible in the past, because I think you had an overwhelm of opportunities, possibilities, that you didn't know anymore what was the truth about things. Was it a reality, this happiness, or was it only dreaming about, yeah, that is what I want and I can do it all. I have a sort of feeling like the sky is the limit. You know, anything is possible and anything can be done. And there is also some kind of, yeah, maybe dealing with ego in this. And yeah, you also in your past have the Nine of Wands and the Seven of Swords. So somebody, I believe, who was doing all the work, was doing a lot of things to with the idea, if I only do this, if I only do that, then we are almost there, we are almost there. But it's the feeling like you never got there. And the reason is because there's somebody getting away with things. Somebody gets away with behavior. And it is because you were blindfolded, that you couldn't see what this person was doing. this person was, for some of you, it was collecting information. For some of you, it was really collecting possessions. For some of you, it was like setting out some kind of territorium, like this is my space kind of thing, or this is what I control. This person is not seeing that because they are working so hard to get things done, to maybe even please this person, that they can't even see that this person, what this person is doing. This person is not taking it all and leaving. So it's not like a one go. This person each time leaves two swords, so that it's basically this person is like under threats of ultimatums, or under manipulation of like, oh, you know what, I'm leaving you forever, but I leave these two swords, and if you and when I come back to pick up these two swords, if you didn't do as I say, or if you don't do what I want, or if you don't do the work, then I can't help it, and so then I come and pick up the swords and leave you for good. But it's like this continuous threat, the feeling that you have to work harder and harder and harder to get somewhere, but you actually feel that you're not getting anywhere. And you also feel you got kind of frustrated with that this person was not giving you the satisfaction, because you felt like you were only doing things for this person, but you were not doing it because you realized what you were doing. You were not inside of yourself. You were not looking inside. You were not finding your own truth of who am I, how am I going to develop, how am I going to spiritually evolve and look at myself of my needs, my own needs. And I think that you felt maybe in some kind of well, like helplessness, or like, well, you know, I can't see it, so what I do is I just keep working, keep doing these things, so then I don't need to look at myself, or it was not even realized that you were doing that. That's my feeling with this. So this person is getting away with these manipulations of leaving these two swords until you're going to see the reality. If you're going to the present, then you have the Two of Pentacles and the Seven of Cups. So that is like, that was, yeah, that you're still in that state of trying to keep juggling the two things, or juggling, trying to find your own wishes. And maybe you also escaped in this world, like, okay, so I keep working, I keep doing, but it is also maybe some kind of pretending that everything is all right for the outside world. As long as I do the work for you, everything is fine. Or as long as I keep as long as I as long as I keep doing things, I don't need to face the reality. And so here you're basically doing the same, because it's like what you're escaping in all sorts of thinking of all your opportunities and all the things that you can do, and then you fall into like not knowing what to choose. So you're doing this, and then you're doing that, and then you're doing that, and then you're doing that. And it is also about maybe patterns, things that you're used to do, like, yeah, the ship is closer by, so we are used to this ship. This is something that we kept doing, this is something that we knew, when we were happy, we were doing this. This ship is much further away. Is also a nice opportunity. It's also something that you're maybe dreaming about. It's like an option. And so that one time it is this ship and the other time it is that ship, because it also comes about, it's also about the comfort, the leaving the comfort zone, maybe also about the insecurities. So yeah, if you keep working, then we can also sort of accept that this person is getting away with it because I can stay helpless, kind of thing. And I don't need to face myself, not face the reality. I can just keep on having all my dreams, all my options, and as long as I'm doing that, the world is beautiful. So that's, I think, where you are at present, that you are confronted with, like, yeah, okay, but now you have maybe from all these 7 options, let's say, you only have 2 options, but then you feel like, yeah, I know exactly what my options are, but now I have to make a kind of decision. And I think you fall into that a kind of pattern where you still feel like, as long as I shoot out all my arrows, then I will find myself back. I will find my strength to take steps toward this. Yeah, there's 3 of swords. So there is like either, well, there is a heartbreak, or there is a separation. There is yeah, there is a separation. So there is a breakup of a relationship. So this happiness is no longer really the happiness that you experienced in the past. And so you're looking at all the illusions with it of your happiness and what was the reality in the past, because you see you're already reducing the escapes, the avoiding things. So you're more and more seeing the reality of, okay, so I need to get back to myself. Who am I? What is it that I wanted? And how am I dealing with this breakup? And I think you're all confused still at present, because you have times where you really get into action. Like here, you are maybe messaging people, maybe you are sending out emails, or maybe you apply for many jobs to improve your situation. Maybe you contact many people and show them who you are. So in a way, like, okay, so there are still all these opportunities. I still am kind of dreaming, but then there's also this maybe belief that, yeah, you will be rescued if you just shoot out these arrows, then it will land somewhere, and then you will find out where we stand. It's also trying to get your courage together to become independent, I think. Trying to get your courage together, maybe to leave a situation that you know that no longer works for you. I think there's also something in this reading about dealing maybe with some kind of, yeah, like it's the ego and self-esteem. It's like things didn't work out the way you wanted them, and you maybe lost something, or you feel betrayed by something. The person that you believed who was brought you this happiness and stability. So there is this thing about feeling also that some injustice has been done to you, I think, and it is related to this heartbreak, to this maybe not being able to fix this happiness, get back to this where you still felt like you had all the opportunities. It still was a kind of reality for you where you still felt like the sky was the limit, and where there was no betrayal, and there was no lies, there was no cheating, there was no deceit, and you felt much stronger in the person who you were. So I think that you are at present, you are confused about things, you're confused about reality, you want to find the truth about situations from the past, and you want to move on with your life, but you fall back each time into this dreaming. You have the Seven of Cups, so you have the Seven of Cups twice in your at the moment, at the present life, together with the Nine of Pentacles and the Lovers. So there is something in this, like you want to have your independence, be on your own. You have everything that you want. That's what you wish for. You want to be that person who has everything, can live on their own, doesn't need anything else, and is just happy with everything that they got. Then there's maybe also a wish for another person, the person that you maybe fell in love with, or for staying with the person who you had that happiness with in the past. So there is this confusion about what to choose. And so it is like these two things now. I think you really know now. Basically it is about two things. It is about staying in the past or moving forward out of the past for a new future, and something that is like choosing between something that is known. And I'm not talking about having to choose to go back to a person, but also sticking with old patterns, sticking with the things that you know, the behaviors you know, and repeat yourself, or try out something else. Try out to find a more balance between the extremes inside of yourself, between the illusions that you are having for yourself, between the dreams. What is the reality? How can we make this a reality where you feel like, yeah, I have all this self-love. This also is like the combining the yin and yang in yourself, trying to find that completeness in yourself. Instead of dreaming about it, instead of trying to escape coming to yourself and making it a reality. So I think you are doing a lot of work. You're really working hard on yourself. Even in the past, it was related to this deceit or trying to please someone and trying to avoid it. I think at present, you are looking for truth in yourself and how to improve yourself. And if you want to, I think you want to move out of this. You would like to have a new beginning, because it lays next to the Ace of Swords and the Ten of Cups. So you would like to have a new beginning in love. You would like to have a truthful and honest relationship, or in where you feel honestly that you can be yourself. But at present, you're still struggling finding the truth. For some of you, it's making a decision between love and material world. So there is still this kind of a decision that is based on ego. It's like, oh, I want this, I want that, and this person looks like that, or I want this kind of money and that person needs to come it needs to tick all my boxes to be satisfied. And this is like also an illusion, but it's dealing with ego. So some of you are doing that now, and but it will all in the near future. There is this kind of, well, calling it an ego death is too much, but there is this kind of reality kicking in, that this person or situation, it's the King of Wands. It's a good person. Maybe it's a person from the past, or maybe it is this new person. But there's not what leads to this death or transformation is that there is not enough effort going to be put into this situation. And so you can wonder, is there that you don't want to do any more of this work because it ends up in being manipulated and bullied around? Is it that you don't see anymore that this past was so happy because maybe it was all an illusion anyway, so why should I make all the effort for like air balloons? You know, why should I keep dreaming in bubbles, or do I have to face that I need to make this change? I can't do anything else than surrender, say I'm not going to do any more effort for this. I leave all the things behind me that are no longer serving me, or they are no longer doing me any good. So am I going to accept things? And it looks like you are going to do that. So that is also saying, yeah, I'm not going to have any more being seduced to all these opportunities that are basically fake, or that are deceiving me, or that are only making me dream about wealth and health and beauty and possessions and multiple partners. Maybe I no longer do that, because now I'm going to be the hermit. I'm going to look at myself and really accept that this transformation is coming on its own without putting the effort in. So there is this death. You have the death card twice in the future. So there is this huge transformation coming of your life, where you are going to be so confronted with, there's no tower in this, so it's not going to be like a big shock. It's everything you know already, that this was ending. You knew it. You saw it coming. You just didn't want to see the reality of it. Now, it can also be about these patterns, these behaviors of the past that you no longer feel that are benefiting you. You can see the reality that it is not benefiting you. You see the reality of things not becoming fruitful. They are not going to be this happy situation if it stays a dream, if it stays an illusion, if you're not coming into action. So then you have to go let things happen the way they come. You have to accept things the way they come, and that feels like that, because it's like, oh my God, I don't know what's coming after, because what comes after that? And that is can be quite confrontational, and it can also hurt very much, and it can be it can cause fears, and it's like a process of acceptance that things are not going to ever return the way they were. And that is like, so you have the death card again. For me, this death card is it's a bit more spiritual as well. It is like, this person is still trying to ride that horse, but it's a skeleton already. So there is no way you can pull a dead horse. You can't make a dead horse move you forward. It's not, you can't do anything with it. So I think that is the realization, and it is like, yeah, that is really painful. This is with the Three of Swords. It's also like, yeah, it feels like this knife in your heart. It feels like someone maybe really, yeah, put you in that situation because of a third person, because of the the things that happened in the past, things that you can't take back, things that you can't return, things that you can't, so you can regret them, but it is not going to make any difference because that situation is that, because we only have tomorrow, we have today, we have tomorrow, we don't have the past. So the past is all memory. And so we can't make the past alive. And that is a realization. And it is that, yeah, the time is up. The time, there's a timer in this, and it's like, yeah, you know, however we tried to ride that horse, but actually, yeah, the time was up already. And that was because it's not, doesn't need to be a third person, but it can also be another situation that came into this relationship where you just had different opinions, where you couldn't find the same path anymore. You couldn't be yin and yang, or you couldn't find that happiness, or it was based on illusions, on how much work people were putting in, based on ego, based on deceit, based on manipulation, based on maybe also trying to hide things or putting up a facade. So it looked all maybe better than it was, and now it's the realization. So that comes in the near future, not very far from now, that you realize that you, after that, so there is twice that, but how often can you die? So that is the thing. So you die, you feel there is nothing, this relationship died. And that is because there wasn't enough effort. There wasn't enough, not from you, but also not from the other person. Or in the situation, if let's say there is no, it is there, let's say if there wouldn't be a relationship, which I can hardly believe, then if it would be about a work situation, then it's also not your work. It's not, that work was not meant for you to be. So you will find something else that you really like doing. But the Two of Pentacles and all the solutions about, yeah, maybe how you become rich, or how you juggling jobs, because trying to manage, so to say. That's also like, if you don't make a choice in that, if you can't make a decision, then that also will lead to this death card. And it is a good card because it comes automatically to transformation, so that you can see things from a new perspective, and that you can have a new start in life. And then, yeah, at the outcome, we have the Ace of Swords together with the Ten of Cups. So this reading started with the Ten of Cups and it ends with the Ten of Cups. Only here, it's not an illusion anymore. So in the future, you are going to be, you're going to find this happiness through leaving, being successful, leaving this past hurt behind you, leaving this trying to pull that horse behind you, leaving this doing all this work to please someone when they are actually when you're in a situation that is based on illusions. So you're going to have the full reality, full clarity, and you are going to be full honest about anything you want in life. And so with that, it is like given to you, you see, because there's the hand, it comes from the sky, it's given to you. So then that is like, but with the sword, it is a reality. That is about reality. It's about honesty, so that you can honestly decide what you want and what you're going to do. in life. So I'm going to give you some angel cards. Romantic feeling. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. Engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. One more. Worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. Okay, Sagittarius, this is what I have for you. If you like this reading, please like and subscribe. If you would like to book a private reading with me, read the information in the information box below. Okay, well, thank you very much for watching my video, and I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.